What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks. And we back in the building, you feel me? It's True Talks. Cause True Talks. Alright, let's get straight right into it. So you already know, last night was definitely, like if you didn't see my video before, the previous video, go look at that. My breakdown between the Raptors and the Hornets. And bruh, in TD, we trust. TD played good. Terence Davis, he definitely had his career high. Hit some crucial threes down the stretch. And he played good, and he played a solid defense. Got a lot of, basically put the pads on Graham when he needed to. And on Rozier when he needed to in high leverage situations and moments. And basically, it was just one of those scrappy type of games. Atrocious how they let the Hornets go on that 16-0 run from the third to the fourth quarter midway, and they didn't score. They just went on a big drought. But obviously it's a back-to-back, so you already know the lack of bodies and the lack of crucial bodies makes it for the role players to be have their playing more minutes and it's just hard to overcome that sometimes, especially in back-to-backs and whatever. Obviously, the Hornets aren't elite, but if you sleep on them, they could win a game on you. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they have a bunch of scrubs. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the Raptors, it's just this stretch when they're waiting for Pascal, Gasol and Van Vliet and Norm. That's what four of their top 6 guys. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely like 6-7 guys. That's definitely is gonna affect the team, and they just gotta keep going through this stretch and grinding out till they get those guys back. Then we could really assess the Raptors, and they finally will be fully healthy since the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying? And it's just obviously it happens to every team. It happens. You gotta fight through injuries. It's just a part of the game. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but it's just part of the game. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, I don't really look at these games and kind of it's more so, these games are more so beneficial to the role players. They're not games that you kind of really look at you can really look and kind of assess, oh my God, Raptors are bad. They lost to this team, lost to this team, lost to this team. They're injured. There's only so much you could do. Obviously, the role players, this helps them get, they get acclimated, get more comfortable, more familiar. So at least they have confidence, you know what I'm saying, going into that the shortened rotation and the short spurts and bursts that they get when the other guys come back. You know what I'm saying? Thomas getting confidence, Rondé, and all these guys getting more minutes and getting comfortable, TD, etc. So when TD goes to more of a limited role, you know what I'm saying, he'll be producing better and at a higher rate than as if, he didn't get this opportunity and he's kind of just limited to a certain role always. Now he's actually have an expanded role. So now when he goes back to the role, it could sometimes benefit, or sometimes it could hurt you because you're so used and comfortable to a certain amount of minutes. You know what I mean? You kind of, your mind subconsciously kind of just goes, you know what? I don't have to come out the gate like this. I can kind of ease my way into this because I'm going to get 30 minutes. So I can kind of, pick my spots, take a shot here. I can kind of get a rhythm over time, as opposed to when I'm just coming off for 15 minutes. I'm coming on for 18, maybe 20 or 15 to 20. Once you come on, you're trying to go ASAP because you're going to get subbed out in 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You get shorter stretches. It's a rhythm thing and a mental game and a subconscious thing that kind of goes in with just being comfortable in the rhythm. So that could affect the Raptors in a negative way or a positive way. It just depends how the player is. These type of players that aren't really scorers, and normally affects them in a positive way. It affects scorers in a negative way, like guys like Lou Will, like Kuzma's, those type of guys. They're guys who just get buckets, right? So because they get buckets at a high rate, them getting short amount of minutes or getting a large role and then going back to short doo-doo minutes is kind of it affects them more. Most of the times it affects them in a negative way because they're rhythm players. You know what I mean? It affects them like that, and then they get less time by themselves. They get more time with another guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's less shots, all of that type of stuff. But when you have a role players like TD, guys like Rondé, guys who are hustle players, guys who are just, the real role players that are guys that just go in, scrap it out, play defense, do whatever the team needs. They're not necessarily shot creators. They kind of hit catch and shoot. They just score in spots, catch and shoot, drives randomly, dribble drives, pump fake. They close out, pump fake, dribble to the, you know what I mean? Pick and roll. It's just however offense. Those guys don't really get affected by long minutes and by extended minutes and shorter minutes. They kind of could, because they play the exact same way regardless. So it's not really, you know what I mean? It doesn't really affect them too much, their mental game or their psyche or their subconscious. It doesn't affect them OD. So I expect this just to do, you know, to just be a positive for the Raptors role players, guys like Thomas, like I said, Thomas, TD, you know what I'm saying? All those type of guys, Brissett, all these guys, obviously Boucher, for example, obviously, you know what I mean? Stuff like that is going to help them. Now, they might pout when other guys come in like Gasol and all these guys, and they might not get the same type of rotation minutes. But again, they're not scorers, so I don't think it will affect them too much, like I was saying. But as a team overall, it could build confidence. But the only thing that I could take away from these games that is never going to change is that regardless, the closing ability is just weak. The Raptors' closing ability is actually atrocious. I don't see it improving with Pascal. I see the games that are close might not be close anymore because Pascal's there. And if he's eating like the Hornets, they don't have a defender with length or whatever the case is. You never know. He could just, the chances of them being in a closer game is more limited versus these bad teams because of Pascal's ability. But when it comes to, so that's going to improve. The close games with weaker teams is going to improve to being blowouts or being comfortable wins. But regardless, whether it's no Pascal injuries or whatever, these good teams, they're always going to be in close games with them, especially during the playoff push. And their closing ability is something that's been atrocious. So that's something to look forward to and look out for, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't see it improving. I wish Raptors could get like a Dion Waiters, maybe a Jamal Crawford or Joe Johnson, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like to help them close games for the playoffs or whatever. But the Raptors mindset and Nurse and all of these guys' mindset, they believe in the role players. They want to they're in the situation where it's like, okay, give Pascal the opportunity to close. Don't just shut him out. Because then you just put it in someone. It's like, oh, we don't believe in Pascal. At least let him try. At least let him have the opportunity of the playoffs to actually try it out. So we'll see. So I don't expect them to do any type of trades, any type of signings. I'll be surprised if they do any of that because it's kind of like, it's a slap in the face to Pascal. You extended him. You let Lowry, like now it's like, okay, Lowry, Pascal, we believe in you guys. Let's see what you're doing. So then we got to see how they move. You know what I'm saying? We got to see how they move. You can't just sign someone else and it's like before you get to the playoffs because you're overreacting to the season. You know what I'm saying? I'm not overreacting because I know the truth. I know how it's going to play out at the end. You know what I'm saying? But someone who's actually working there and someone who's on a day-to-day, you can't preach to them, believe, get comfortable, get your rhythm, go through these motions, go through this, go through that, and all of a sudden sign this guy. You know what I'm saying? It's a slap in the face, and that could be a negative, especially when you want Pascal to improve and improve and improve. He needs these moments. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see how they look in the playoffs moving forward. But again, we're just waiting for Pascal and them to come back. So as of now, get used to these ugly plays because it's role players. It's not going to be no cooking, no elite moves. Just get used to these, just scrap it out games and just running around and just playing basketball, just like the rec. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, it's True Talks, because True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. I appreciate y'all each and every day. Again, I got the PayPal link below. If you want to donate to your boy, help me help y'all. Because I give you that IQ, because that's what I do. You feel me? Anyways, you already know. Stay blessed. And I'm out, man.